Morning guys, welcome back to our Shanghai.
This Houtan Wetland used to be an industrial park.
When it was 2010 World Expo held in Shanghai, this place was reconstructed into artificial wetland. And the water here you see is from the Huangpu River, which is relatively poor quality, but it used the physical method and purification function of the wetland to purify the water from the worst 5 grade quality to 3 grade, which can then be used safely for non-potable uses.
They introduced a lot of plants into this wetland to absorb a lot of nutrients and some sediments, and also introduced a lot of fish, invertebrate benthics here to build up a complete ecosystem to purify the water and make it a very good place for both water purification and for habitat of a lot of local species. This is the mosquito fish. It's actually an invasive species in Shanghai. It was introduced as a fish for controlling the mosquito larvae, but it's actually not that good because it's occupy the habitat of other native species. If you catch this fish, you can actually take it home, but it will reproduce very quickly. Don't release it to the nature again.
This one should be some kind of goby, living at the bottom of the water.
It also preys on small shrimps, little fish.
Here is another design I like about this park. Instead of using a rigid concrete wall we often see for controlling the flood, the park replaced it with the riprap, consists of big stones, which will allow native species to grow along the dike. Thus, it is also a special place in this city where you can see the natural tide going up and down in the Huangpu River. During low tide, you can even see crabs and musk keepers living inside.
弟弟，两只呢？哦，它叫了。
The trees in the park, like the Chinese tallow and the pond cypress, they have nutritious and fatty seeds which will provide suitable food for birds to get through the winter. The grosbeak and the gray-capped greenfinch, sometimes light-vented bulbos and Japanese teats are all regular customers we can see here. The ponds in the park not only provided water for the birds, but they also provide insects and other food resources for them. Like this gray wagtail and a group of red-billed starlings, they are just feeding along the water edge.
Hello, here we are again at the Houtan Wetland. Last time we were here, it's the winter time with a lot of birds here. Now it's the summer, and this summer has been really hot for Shanghai, so we choose this time when it's getting cooler and darker. We can see some frogs and insects in the night. And this time we also have a friend joining us, Suda. She lives nearby and she comes here very often, so let's see what we can find together. Okay, let's go. Oh, 很多人把这个也叫蜻蜓，但英文是叫 damselfly， 蜻蜓是 dragonfly。它还能吃东西呢。之后末端是蓝，就是蓝色的。哦，里面还有好多螃蟹啊！怎么感觉它的钳子上有毛吗？
有，
那有可能是大闸蟹耶。飞着象手蟹应该是。应该吃起来也挺不错。 So for these 2 times, we have seen Houtan Wetland in totally 2 different seasons and at different times of the day. We have seen a lot of birds and bugs and frogs. It's quite a treasure for the city to have this kind of habitat in the middle of the city. Next time when you come nearby, maybe you could come here to pay here a visit and see what's living inside. So see you next time in Wild Shanghai.